guys, this is Sage Wisdom, and I'm here to do a reading for the Capricorns. It's a general reading, so you take what resonate and you leave the rest, okay? So I'm gonna start with my prayer. I'm gonna go into the overall energy, and then I'll go into like more detail with the tarot, okay? All right, thank you, God, for this opportunity to read for the sun sign of Capricorn, looking at moon, rising, and Venus for anybody that has Capricorn in their chart. Please help me clearly see, feel, know, and understand the messages coming through from source. Ask for protection, white light, and love to surround the collective. And I'm calling in my spiritual team for the highest message. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, Capricorns. All right, so the first card that you guys have, I got to put my glasses on today because I have like a slight headache. And I got to get my water, I'm thirsty. The first card that you guys have is the Seven of Cups, okay? And the Seven of Cups, my hand's wet. It's talking about some type of confusion or some type of it could be confusion or wisdom is what they're saying. It's like you're waiting, you're trying to make a decision, you're trying to narrow some type of choice that you have down, or you're trying to focus on some type of dream that you have, is what they're saying. Spirit is saying it's good to have these dreams or ideas in your mind, in your heart, but they want you to actually start putting the work in towards something. So I want you to start to do the process of elimination to kind of see which cup is going to lead you to the desired outcome that's going to bring success and fulfillment in your life, okay? Because right next to that is the Four of Cups. So I feel like this has to do with some type of emotional connection or some type of things that involve your emotion because of the cups. So it's like whatever went on with you, there was some type of disappointment or something didn't work out the way you hoped or wished it would, or the way you saw it working out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you had these options here, and then it's like you feel like you made the wrong choice. So now you're back at square one. So it's like a feeling of disappointment, or you're just kind of feeling not so good or kind of negative about whatever this issue was. But it's saying, Spirit is saying negativity will get you nowhere. So they don't want you to dwell on like past regrets or thinking about what you didn't choose, the path that you didn't go down. They're saying they want you to go back to the drawing board to recreate something for yourself, okay? Because like having this ideal that you failed at something, it messes with your psyche, and failure or feeling that you failed is really what it is. If you feel like you failed, you feel like you made the wrong option, it's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? It's unhealthy to keep thinking that way. It's like you're beating yourself up, or only choosing to look at what went wrong and not looking at, either the lesson in it or other options that you still have to kind of redeem yourself, or to like correct whatever, didn't go the way you wanted. Okay. Because they're saying there's something beautiful that's awaiting you if you can like take your mind off of dwelling on the past, or being so stuck in your head about reminiscing or ruminating about what didn't go right. That's very unhealthy. That's what they feel like it is. You keep thinking about the path you should have took and what you should have done. You need to change your thought process to adjust, to make corrections, to improve a situation, is what they're saying. Okay. Because it's more than one way to skin a cat. That's what we used to say in our family. It's more than one way to get to the outcome that you're trying to reach. Okay. You have more than one way of doing it. And the main way that they want you to focus on doing it is nourishing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You may have made a decision that took you a little bit further off your path, but be kind to yourself as you build yourself back up, so you can focus on the next direction or next steps to go, instead of focusing on what you didn't do, or how, thinking you made a wrong decision, is what they're saying. Okay. So it's time to start taking care of you and refocusing your energy on what will make you feel whole, what will make you feel complete, what will make you feel more mentally, emotionally stable at this time in your life. So whatever happened, it was disruption. It broke down whatever you currently had in place. That's a tower. So it's like God's house, light constructed down, you know what I'm saying? Everything is destructive force. But really what it is, it's like whatever you were building on wasn't solid. Okay. So the tower happened, or the disruption happened, as a way of not a punishment, or like, oh, you did this wrong, but it's this energy or feeling that you need to start again. But we want you to look at the situations differently, look at your options differently, or look at what you did wrong. Put that in quotes because it's really not right or wrong. It's just like you went down a path that maybe took you away from whatever it is you're trying to work towards. So you can like make adjustments and improve it, is what they're saying. Okay. So during this time right now, it's like focusing on your feminine energy, your creative energy, your emotional aspect of yourself, to pick yourself back up. Whatever delay that was there, it was required in order for you to restart again, or to restart and build on something more solid. So as you go through this time of going back to the drawing board to redraw a plan or something like that, it's like they want you to focus on like virtue, okay? Um, like growth, like how can I grow? You know what I'm saying? Focus on like the ideal of virtue for some reason. That's what they're saying. They also want you to look at cause and effect, because you went down one road and then you see where that led you. Now think about another option. You don't actually have to play it. You don't have to actually do the option. You can think about it in your head. Sometimes you can play images out of your head based off how you think it can go. You know what I'm saying? So weighing your options by thinking about it one way. If I did it this way, this is what could happen. You know, as a result of this, this is what happened. If I do it this way, as a result of that, this is what happened. And then the one that you did, this, you see what happened. So like kind of using that as a lesson or sort of compass to guide you whether you should go this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like looking at cause and effect. So before you take action, weigh out your options, is what they're saying. Okay, so that's the general meaning. Now, when I look at the situation with you, is you have the Two of Pentacles and then you have the Eight of Cups. So the Two of Pentacles talking about you know, like you were balancing a lot. You had a lot on your plate, or you couldn't narrow down what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? It's like you juggled with something. You juggled with the idea. And then after a while, you felt like you abandoned it, or the situation kind of just ended abruptly, is what it is. And even though it seems like it's not good, or, you know, like you failed, or, you know, you did something wrong, it's really not. It's just a process of like, I want not cause and effect, you know, where you're testing something out. I don't know what it's called. I hate when I have like a brain thing like that. Trial and error. Oh, I can think about it. It's like trial and error. You try something out one way and then it didn't work. The ball dropped. Okay, well, that didn't work. Let me go back to the drawing board to start again. So it's like you completed one area and now it's time to look at it in a different view or a different area. You know what I'm saying? Focus on it in a different way is what they're saying. Okay. Let me clarify this for Capricorn, for the situation. Clarify the situation for Capricorns. Yeah. You have Archangel Raphael here saying that he's helping you to heal past the challenges. It's like it's just like a challenge. It's like a situation in your life that didn't work out the way you wanted, but you can readjust or tweak the plan to make it work differently. Okay. So it's positive energy here. So you may look at it as like something negative, but it not working or you walking away from it actually helps you to leave the past behind so you can work towards something better, is what they're saying. Okay. So let's look at the energies that's around you. You have the Ten of Pentacles and you have the Death card. So they're saying you can achieve happiness, you can achieve wealth, you can achieve like, you know, what it is that you want, but you have to make it through this transition successfully, because if they do feel like you're still grieving something, or you're still feeling like you lost, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you invested in something and then like your investment didn't come through or something like that. Or maybe you're still in the process. Maybe you're still in a legal process with something and it just don't look well right now. But they're saying whatever this end is, so it may seem like it's not going to work in your favor, or may not like work the way you want, is actually going to give rebirth to some new ideas, going to spark something new to happen. So it's going to bring Ten of Pentacles to situation, just not in a way that you think. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is that is again going on, let's say you're in a court battle. Let's just make an example, because you got the Justice card here, and it seems like it's not working out in your favor. Like whatever the conflict is, It is, because whatever happens is required in order to end this phase or move you to the next stage in your life, is what they're saying. And whatever is going to follow after this is going to be positive. You know what I'm saying? And let's say it's a divorce. Let's say it's a divorce, and maybe you didn't want a divorce, but your spouse wanted a divorce, and now it's ending. You may get something more out of it than you expected, like alimony, or your woman some child support payment. Whoever has the kid, has to be woman. Whoever has the kids, some child support payment. But it's going to end positively. It's going to be necessary, and then when it ends, your emotional state is going to be better. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to see clearer. You know what I'm saying? So things are happening the way it's supposed to happen. It's happening in divine timing, is what Spirit is saying. All right. So it does have to do with some type of conflict in terms of love, because we have the Knight of Cups here, and then we have the Five of Wands reversed. So it shows like two people agreeing to disagree. So some you guys are going to avoid the conflict. So maybe if the court case is going on, maybe you guys can go to mediation and resolve the issue before it even moves to court, where you don't have to waste as much money. Okay. So just some self-doubt that you kind of have that you're getting over in terms of some type of connection that you were in. But I'm telling you, just stand your ground. And even though you may feel undecided now, I think going through this process, it grounds you and it humbles you, and it makes you kind of see more clearly what you want based off everything that's transpire in this like interaction that you're in right now. Is going to make you see it differently, and it's actually going to bring you more emotional peace once it's complete, is what Spirit is saying. So it's almost like it was necessary. It had to happen in order for you to move into this phase in your life. But then once you continue to have faith, it's something that you don't see that's going to work out for your advantage. It's going to be a positive outcome, is what Spirit is saying. But the process that you're going through is necessary. Okay. So what's testing this is spiritual growth. You're going through an elevation, like you're growing spiritually. When you grow spiritually, it's an uncomfortable situation, because you're expanding and you're pushing past your normal threshold, your comfort level. It's like whatever situation you were in, you were used to it. So it may be a dysfunctional relationship, for example. This is an example because it's a general reading. And then even though it was wrong, and you probably would be more content being out of it, you got used to being with that person or in that situation day in, day out. So to let it go, to move past it, is still hurtful, even though this is the best thing for you. So just get clear. As you go through this process, you're going to become more clear on your true feelings about it. Because sometimes we don't know our true feelings, because we're creatures of habits, and we just get used to like our routine. So as you expand, you're pushing past your traditional routine. So it's making you have to see things differently, and it's actually helping you to gain mental clarity, which is actually helping you to become more stable mentally and emotionally. So it's like a breakthrough. You're having a breakthrough in terms of this ending is bringing a breakthrough. This ending to a situation that you're in terms of a love or romance or marriage or some type of long-term commitment, is bringing clarity, mental clarity, and emotional contentment, really. And it's a positive breakthrough, is what Spirit is saying. So it may seem like a tower, everything is a mess, but it's actually putting you in a higher position than what you were. Okay, so the advice that they're saying, they want you guys to continue to have courage to move through this, to work through the conflicts. And as you continue to do that, you balance out your emotions, because it's almost like you're forcing yourself to work through some type of thing that's causing disharmony within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you're forced to deal with it. A lot of people choose to ignore problems, or to deny or pretend it's not there. But because you're going through the situation, which I do feel like is a legal situation that you're going through, that's forcing you to look at all sides and to work through mentally, emotionally, what needs to be worked through in order for you to process it, in order for you to release it. Okay. And that process is not easy. It's a very frustrating process, especially if you are in court and it's not your turn to speak, and somebody's speaking, they're speaking wrong, and you want to just correct them. You can't. You have to let them go through the case, or say what they're going to say, and then your attorney get the information, they cross-examine. It's like that kind of thing. So it's just like, it's hard as you work through this. You feel like your hands are tied, or I'm saying, you can't get to the truth. But just continue to have the courage to listen, and then take the information and learn how to address the situation more diplomatic. It's like you have to. It's like you're forced to address the situation more diplomatically, instead of like want to argue, or what I'm saying. So that's part of the healing, because you're forced to listen to the other party. All right, so the outcome based on the current energy is, okay, show me the outcome. You have the Page of Swords, which is talking about somebody being deceitful. So somebody might not be being honest in this whole situation. But, you know, the situation itself is grounding, is making you see the reality of something, because I feel like in the beginning you had the Seven of Cups, so it's like you had this ideal about how you thought something was going to go, okay, and it could have been like a relationship you were in, and then when you narrowed it down and you focus on, you picked one of those cups, the cups wasn't what you thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So you're being exploited, and it's like, you know, you feel upset by it, but it's humbling you, it's making you look at the situation in reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody who is being mistreated, but you keep making excuses for that person. But in this scenario, let's say if you're in court and you have to hear some different sides of the story, and you hear somebody like slander your name, for example, you know what I'm saying, or take you outside of your character, you're seeing a truth with the situation. So it's grounding you to what's true and not to like the ideal or the fantasy of what it is. Because sometimes when we fall in love, for example, we fall in love with the ideal of falling in love, and then we can tend to stay in abusive relationships because it's the ideal of what we want, not actually what we want. Okay, so what they're saying is just be open and receptive to what's going on. Listen, keep charging ahead, and as you listen, the solution is going to present itself to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the turnaround is going to come. So even though there's a tower moment now where it seems chaotic, it's really getting to the root of the problem, breaking down all the illusion is what it is. And it's going to make you understand, as you sit from your throne, listen and hear, take in without objecting to the other party's situation. You're going to understand that person fully. You're going to understand your role in that person's life. And you're going to understand where you need to go moving forward is what they're saying. Okay. And it's going to give you the courage to make the life changes necessary in order to have success, in order to have a Two of Cups, which is peace of mind and contentment in a relationship with somebody, and a Ten of Cups, to happily ever after. But you have to stay rooted in this reality, not the ideal of what you wanted, how you thought it was going to be, how it currently is, so that you can look at it and you can heal from it, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Whew, okay, that's the message right there, Capricorn. So virtue is the word they want you to meditate on and focus on, virtue, for some reason. And they're also saying they're looking at the effects of what it is the situation brought to you. You know what I'm saying? But before you decide to take action, don't speak on stuff. Let it play out. Okay, so give me some advice for the Capricorns. One card of advice before we close the read now. What's the highest message? Gratitude is the card that you got. And gratitude says, make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. So whatever this is going to release the stress and the pressure in life. But it's like you can't see it until you're forced to sit down and listen to the other parties, is what they're saying. And for some reason, I want to look up the word virtue and give you the definition of it, because that's the word they want you to meditate on as you go through this process. So virtue means a behavior that's showing high moral standards. Okay, that's what it means. It shows high moral standards. So good moral behavior, good character is what they want you to stay in, living like a virtuous moral life. So that's what they want you to focus on for this time. You can have a better life, and whatever the situation is not for you. And I think you guys can't see it in whatever process you're going through to exit from the situation is necessary in order for you to understand the truth on a deeper emotional or psychological level. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I have for you, Capricorns. If it resonated, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed and you want to hear advice from me, go ahead and subscribe. Okay. Until next time, light and love.